Welcome back, everyone. In this tutorial again, we will continue our discussion on HTML image maps. So quickly, let's get started. In our former tutorial, we've discussed about image maps, but we haven't talked about the areas. I told you guys I'm going to explain it further in much more deeper way. So let me show you where we stop in the other tutorial. This is how our document looks, and also let's check our code. This is how our code looks. This is the code that generated this for us. So whenever you click this image, it's going to direct you to this image, computer image. When you go back, you press the phone, it's going to direct you to the phone image. When you go back, you press this coffee, it will take you to a coffee image. When you go back, you press anywhere we didn't specify. The link will never take us to anywhere. If you notice for a while, when we move our cursor to the laptop here, the laptop image displays our hand. The same thing goes with the phone. The same thing to the coffee. The coffee displays hand, but when you move the cursor out of the, can you see when it's on the plain text? So this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to do some tricks here. So let me show you how it works again. We started by specifying the image you want to use along with this image map tag. The image map tag is having the opening and closing map tag, along with the name attribute, along with the workspace that we specify by ourselves. I won't be able to reverse myself much. If you don't know how we got here, you can watch our previous tutorial on this. So quickly, let's continue our discussion, and today we want to continue by explaining how we got these area shapes. So these areas, without it, let's remove the areas and see what will happen to our picture first. Save it and come back to our document. Let us reload it. Now let's click our image. Can you see when I click it, nothing happens? When I click the phone, nothing happens. When I click, can you see? When I click the phone, nothing happens. When I click the coffee, nothing happens. Also the laptop, when I click the desk, also nothing happens. But when we bring back our areas and save the document, you will now see that it will start functioning. Can you see when I click it, it works? Click the phone, it goes to the phone image. Click the coffee, it takes you to the coffee image. Now let's click this place. Can you see when we click the desk doesn't take us anywhere because we didn't specify it. But when you click the phone takes you to somewhere. So let's go back. Let me explain this further. Now we want to understand the area. The areas we specify here, I'm going to explain it right now. So I want you to concentrate. So please, let's get started. When you are defining areas, firstly, let me comment this out for you to understand what is going on. Let me comment it like this. All this I commented will never work. I've commented the the phone coordinates and the coffee coordinates. Let me show you. When I save it, when I reload it, the phone will not work and the coffee will not take me anywhere, but the laptop is going to take me to somewhere. Can you see? So let's get back. Go back to your document. Now, I hope you are getting the point gently. Let me explain this for you. First, whenever you want to specify the area, what you actually need is the area tag. When you need the area tag. This area tag is just having just this single area tag without any closing tag. It's not having closing tag like this. It's not having closing tag like this. As you can see, it's not having something like this. So it's just like this only. This only. So what are we going to do? When you save your document and reload it, nothing is going to happen yet. Can you see? When you click your document, nothing is happening yet. But what you are going to do here is that you have to specify some stuffs. Go back to our document. Let's see what is going on here. They said the areas add the clickable areas. That is, a clickable area is defined using an area element. That is, we can define a clickable area using what? Using an area element. The area element is going to have the opening and close quote, but it's not having the closing tag. Just having only one open tag. Now, let's continue. Shape. You must define the shape of the clickable area, and you can choose one of these values. That is, you can choose from rectangle. This one stands for rect. This rect stands for defining a rectangle region. This one defines a rectangular region. Circle. This circle here defines a circular region. Poly here defines a polygonal region. This poly is for polygon. It defines what? A polygonal region. Default defines the entire region. That is, when you didn't specify these rectangles, when you did not specify the circle angle, when you don't specify the polygon angle, the default angles, the default region is going to be default, and it's going to take the entire picture. So you must also define some coordinates to be able to place the clickable area on the image. So quickly, let's continue. Shape. We move to shape. Firstly, we've discussed about rect, which means rectangle. Let's say we want to specify rectangular region from this image here. So the coordinates for shape rectangle, for shape rect, come in pairs. One for the x-axis and one for the y-axis. Do you understand this? One for what? X-axis and one for the y-axis. What do they mean by x and y-axis? Let's go back to our document. Let's go back to our HTML file. Now, see, when they are talking about x and y-axis, look my cursor very well. the x start from here, from the angle here to anywhere like this, anywhere from this point here to anywhere here. So we are specifying the picture now. We are specifying the x-axis of the picture is going to start from this angle here now to where in the picture, to this place in the picture. This is the x-axis of the picture we are having here. So when you want to specify the y-axis, the y-axis of this complete screen of this laptop right here is from here. The y-axis starts from up here to the bottom here. It starts from where? From top here, reach the bottom here. So whenever you want to start anything, let's say this computer right here is having from here, from the left side here through the right side here is all the x-axis of the laptop screen, and from the top side here to the bottom axis here is what is the y-axis. That's what they call x and y axis. Like this is like plus or cross or whatsoever you want to call it. This is x from left to right. This is y from top to down. So let's specify x and y axis from this image so we can be able to use it. Go back to our document. So the coordinates 34 to 44 is located 34 pixels. Sorry, I'm listening. From the left margin and 44 pixels from the top. That is, when we specify this image, this is the coordinates we use. We specify something from 0 to 34, which is the x-axis, from 0 to 44, which is the y-axis, is located where 34 pixels. But right now, let's say 34. This 34 here, let me show you how it works gently. The coordinates 270, 350 is located 270 pixels from the left margin and 350 pixels from the top. I'm going to explain this further. Let's go back to this place here. Now we have enough data to create clickable rectangular area. For example, the area shape rectangle rect that we want to define, the coordinates that we want to give it is this. We need to use the area. When we use the area tag, after that we will need to specify the shape that we want to use. We use shape. The shape we want to use is rect. The shape attribute, don't forget the shape attribute. And when we were discussing about shape, we have discussed that we have how many shapes here that we can use. We can use rectangle, circle, polygon, and default, which is 4 things that we can define. This one is default, and this is for rect, which is rectangle, and this is circle, this is poly for polygon. So now let me show you how it works deeply. I've prepared something for you guys. to understand this deeply, but let me share this with you too. href, when you specify the area tag, after that you have your shape, you have your coordinates, the coordinates that measure the shapes. Then you have your href, the link that the place you are taking the, I mean the link, the place you are linking the image to. Let's say you are linking this to another html file that is containing the source, the more details, I mean another html file that contains much more details about the clickable areas. Maybe it's coffee or the laptop or the phone, anyone. Maybe you want to direct anyone to this info. It may be title, this may be title, maybe attribute, maybe anything, but it may be another picture self that you want to display. It may be just ordinary pop-up. It's very useful. I'm just trying to explain this deeply so that you can get the point here, because as we are getting further, I told you we will start from beginning to advanced level, so I want you to understand this clearly. That's why I'm trying to explain like this. This is the area that becomes clickable and will send the user to the page computer.html. That is, when people click the shape area, it will take them to what? To computer.html. It can be your something.png or your something.jpg, maybe anything. And this attribute may be title, maybe anything also that you want to link to the image. So let me show you how it works gently. Back to our document. This is our area tag. So firstly, we said we want to use shape, right? We need rectangle, right? We need rectangular shape. Sorry, we need shape. So we need rectangle, rect. Want to specify rectangle, and we need what? Coordinate, quotes, short for coordinates. So now let's say when we specify the shape first, let's save this first and see how our document looks. Go back to our document and reload it. Can you see when we click it, nothing happened yet? When we reload it and we click it, nothing happened yet. Can you see when we click it, nothing happens yet? So let's go back to our document. Now we will need to specify what? Let's firstly put the href for us to direct them to somewhere. We want to direct them to where? We want to direct them to computer.html file that we have in our document. Computer.html. Let me show you where my file is. Inside my file, I already have computer.html file, which is this. I can open it for you so you can see what is inside. I open it. Can you see? I'm having all this inside it. So I'm trying to link the area, the rectangular area to this computer.html file. So let's save it and see what will happen first. Now click it. Can you see? Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening yet. Do you know the reason why? The reason is that we haven't specified the coordinate inside the area. So when you specify the shape along with the href, you must specify your coordinates also for the thing, for everything to work. So now let's specify the coordinates. Let me put it here. You can put it anywhere, but I just want to arrange it like this. Quads. When you specify the coordinate, how are we going to specify the coordinate? Now we want to guess. Let's say, is it possible for us to guess like this? I'm not sure it's going to be easy if we say we are going to guess. I'm not sure it's going to be easy. It's unless we know the size of this image particularly. So that's when we need another tool. That's when we need another tool to detect the shape, the size of this image exactly, so we can be able to get the coordinates, because it's not possible for us to understand the shape easily like this. It will take us much time, and it can give a lot of stress. So now let's get the image coordinates with another software. Now I'm going to another application. I'm going to use another application to detect the coordinate of this image so I can be able to use it. So let's go. I've prepared one application here. This is an application I kept here for us to know what is going on. Now I want you to look at this place very well. This is the image. This is the exact image. It's just because I enlarge it, that's why it's like this. But as you can see, this is the image, the exact image. This is the size. So let's get the coordinate quickly. I told you from left to the right of the screen, from left to the right of our screen is the x-axis, and from the top to the bottom is our y-axis. So now let's get the coordinate of this image also. Now we want to use from the left to the right axis of the image, but from here we want to create rectangular shape from this one. From this image here, we want to use the laptop to create a rectangular shape, because the laptop looks like rectangle, right? So let us try and use it. So now I'll start from this point here. Be looking at this red something you are seeing here. So I will start from here, and I want you to look at this one at the top also, the red that is showing at the top of this mouse I'm hovering. So keep looking at it, and the middle, and the edge of the laptop. See what I'm doing. So when I click here, just to specify the point, I'm specifying 35. Look down here. Look down. Look at the bottom of this place. Can you see? When I move on it, nothing is displaying here. But when I remove my hand, you can see numbers displaying. It's displaying in what? Pixels. So this is what I want to use to detect the coordinate. So you will see when I lift my hand up now, can you see 173221 pixel? When I put it here, when I put my mouse here, can you see 47:17? So now let's go up here. Let's detect our x first. So now our x here, x and y here, from the top of this image reach this other side. From the top of the image reach the other side here is having what? Can you see? This is 3444 3444 pixel. Let's mark this one 3444 pixel. So let's go to our document. Let's write 34 comma 44 comma. We have detected one out of two we want to detect. Let's save it first and see what will happen. Reload. Can you see? Nothing is happening yet because we said we are using the what? We said we want to use rectangular shape. Nothing is happening yet because we haven't specified the coordinate completely. We just specified 2 out of 4. So now let's go back to our application again. Now let's specify the bottom here. The bottom, I'm coming to the bottom here. Can you see my hand here? You can see my hovering. So let's specify this place like let's take 274. No, let me take 273 350. 273 350. I punch it. So 273 350. Can you see? Look at this place. You will see what I took. 270. Let me take 275 350. Yes. 275 350. Yes. Now let me put it here. 275 comma 350. Save it. Now reload your document. Can you see the hand pop up now? Can you see our hand is now what is out gently? Now we can click it and it will direct us to the link that we specify here, which is the computer.html. This is the scope. Can you see? When I go back, can you see? Can you see? The place we specify is from this edge and this edge. That is, we created from X here to the Y here, from X here to the Y top. You understand? X, Y, X, Y. You understand? That's how the computer reads its own thing. So now when we click here, it took us to the place. So now let me specify this Android phone also from here to here, here to here, here to here, here to here. So here now from this X to this X place, from this X place to this Y place, from this X place to this X place, from this X place to this Y place. You understand? So quickly let me specify this one too. Let's go back to our document, to our application. So I want to take this place 290 173. From 290 173 I want to take another edge from 290 173. First, don't let me use rectangle yet here right now. Let me use rectangle. Let me 290 173 and what? Can you see my red? Can you see my red? It's showing you where I am. Can you see my red at the top also? The left here, you can see when I hover on this place, you can see how it's going, and this one also at the top, can you see how it's going? So when you click it also, you can see I click this place. I'm looking for 337 246. 337 246. So I've already specified some here, but I will specify this myself so you can see what's going on. So I want you to understand this clearly. That's why I'm doing this. So the coordinates here I want to use is 290 172. So that 290 172 will be what? Will be here, but I will not use it. I will use my own. This is 291 174. I will use the new one. I want to use 291 174. Can you see? And the coordinate that will be here also, I'm going to use 336 245. 336 245. Now let's reload our document. Can you see there is and on the phone now? When you click it, it takes you to somewhere. Go back. Or when you click outside, can you see? When you click the playing table, nothing happens. But when you click the phone, it took us somewhere. The same thing goes to the coffee. Let me specify the coffee with what? With circle. This is circle. Now I want to use circle. We can specify circle with 3 coordinates. So now this is how we're going to do it. In the next tutorial, I'm going to explain this one, the circle, very well, so you can be able to understand it deeply, because I don't want us to rush. I want this to be plainly explained so you can get the point very well. But I hope you understand how we got the rectangle. The rectangle, now you can get the point that you have to use another application so you can be able to detect the angles, because if you don't use another third-party application or another application from somewhere, or the one you built yourself, you can't easily get the point. You can't easily get the points here. The coordinates is not that easy to detect. So that's it. You can see when we click our coffee right now, nothing is happening. When we click the phone took us to the phone image. But when we click laptop also, it took us to somewhere. When we click the table doesn't take us anywhere. It didn't take us anywhere. So part of what I'm trying to teach you guys today, I want us to understand this very well. So anytime you want to specify areas, make sure that you try and use rectangle, circle, polygon, and default. Any one of these 4 things is going to work. These are the attributes you will need in case you want to specify the map. So Anwar Akorede Ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time. And next time we are going to talk about the circle by God's grace. So have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.